Then Lanterns will focus on 2 Green Lanterns so white people and black people can come together.
This is
Marvelous Friends. Marvelous Friends.
Welcome to the Marvelous Friends podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Marvelous Friends podcast. You are watching comic book movie news. This is where we talk about the latest news that has been either exciting us or even bothering us. And come join us. This is going to be a fun episode. But really quick, I want to shout out Crimson Matt. He has a YouTube channel and he gave us a shout out. He actually reviewed one of our previous videos and it was a great breakdown. He's my brother. This is also a biased shout out. But go ahead and follow Crimson Matt on YouTube. He has a lot of great content, a lot of great reviews on music, on anime, and on everything comic book movie news and everything pop culture related. Go ahead and follow that page. Very successful, and I think you're gonna have a good laugh. He's the funnier brother between the two of us, but you're gonna have a great time. Go follow that page.
So, all right. So I got some news regarding Fantastic Four. I mean, I think people kind of somewhat know this already, but it's talking about Matt Shakman, who will be the one directing Fantastic Four. And so Matt Shakman is basically the person who directed WandaVision, which we all really liked out of the Phase 4 things. And so there's not too much on this as of yet. It does make me a little bit hopeful, but I also saw some stuff about who could possibly be playing Mr. Fantastic. So we know that the cameo happened in Doctor Strange with John Krasinski, but in terms of the actual casting for the movie that will be coming out for Fantastic Four, they're not going to go with the same person. So they're eyeing different people. And as I was looking about who Disney Marvel folks might have their eyes on, Adam Driver came up as a potential. And so I wanted to bring that up to y'all about, like, do you like that as a potential, or who would you cast? Like, what are your thoughts about that? But Matt Shakman and potential for Adam Driver to be Mr. Fantastic.
Quick fact check. So Matt Shakman co-directed WandaVision.
Co-direct.
He was not the sole director.
Thanks for that fact check. So yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like
deep sigh.
I feel like Adam. So there's nothing wrong with Adam Driver himself. There's nothing wrong with him as an actor. There's nothing at all wrong with him. But we're talking about Reed Richards, right? That is who you're talking about, right?
Yes,
okay.
Reed Richards, exactly.
Okay,
yes.
Mr. Fantastic. You can't just cast a random person. Not that Adam Driver is a random person, but you might as well have, right? Because over online, I've seen so many different theories and rumors about this guy, rumors about this guy, and all of the people that are being rumored as potential casting for Reed Richards, they're not the same. Two people are not the same. So I don't know. I just feel like someone like Adam Driver, it just does not make sense he makes more sense for a Dr. Doom. Yeah. But not if we're forcing a Fantastic Four thing right now. But not a Reed Richards. I don't see it.
I'm confused why he's not being considered for Dr. Doom, because he played the antagonist in the Star Wars sequels, and I don't think his his presence in those movies is why there's a controversy surrounding those movies. I think that was more the direction and the writing. That's what a lot of Star Wars fans feel. I don't think they really blame the cast. So if you have somebody that played a villain in a big budget, Star Wars franchise, I don't see why you can't have him play the villain in a potential big budget Fantastic Four franchise that's in the MCU.
Right.
I'm not a fan of Adam Driver. Like, for Reed Richards, I feel like my fan cast would be Penn Badgley. Do you guys know who he is or what he looks like?
I've heard that name.
He's in the TV series or the Netflix series You. He was in Gossip Girl.
Oh, that guy, the main character for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
snap.
could work. That could work.
Dan
I
from
feel like he has
Gossip
that
Girl.
I don't know what you call it, like professorly vibe from him. He can be intelligent or intense.
I get a loner vibe from him. And in the comics, Reed Richards was someone that was just obsessed with his work and didn't really want to interact with people. And Sue Storm kind of broke him out of his shell. That was kind of the story. So I could see him doing that.
Yeah. Because I think Adam Driver for me is a little too intense. So I don't know if he could pull that off.
Which is why he should be Dr. Doom, because
Yeah.
Dr. Doom is intense and he speaks in the third person. He said Doom is the key to solving everything.
You know what? The whole Dr. Doom thing. Okay. I think I would need to see an audition before I said he would be Dr. Doom, because I'm just thinking about him playing Kylo Ren, and I just felt like he was very angsty. Again, I think that's a script thing.
That's not his
Rinaldi.
fault.
That's what I'm saying, Rinaldi. I think it might be a script thing, but I'm just like, let me see you audition for that before I let you be Dr. Doom, because I actually really like Dr. Doom. Like him and Magneto are like top tier Marvel villains for me. So I'm just like, don't play with that, So I don't want them putting in just like a random like, oh, he's like the heartthrob of the decade, and y'all just put him in just.
He ain't gonna be a heartthrob. His face is gonna get messed up. He gonna wear a mask, just Kylo Ren.
Well, yes, true, but like I feel like women find him attractive too. So it's just kind of like, I'm not trying to put in a little, Adam. Like, no, like,
but he gonna wear a mask.
Serious business over here. I know that. But I mean, his like normal, life unmasked, just being out in the street, he's not all crazy looking. So that's, so anyways, I just don't want them to play with that, because Dr. Doom is serious.
But
Reed Richards.
Yeah, but the thing is, so characters like Dr. Doom and Darth Vader, and they're all like give or take based on the Phantom of the Opera type deal. So like, somebody who is beautiful, handsome, whatever, and something happened to them and he had to wear a mask and all that stuff. So it's like, if Adam Driver is as handsome as, people are saying he is, then I mean, put a mask on him and it's Phantom of the Opera. This is where we're going. Dr. Doom. I don't know. That thread line makes sense to me. If we're forcing Adam Driver in the MCU, but obviously, I'm with Fergie. I'm not a fan of Adam Driver. Like, I don't have a problem with him. He's just never stood out to me as like, I have to see that movie because of Adam Driver.
Man, Adam Driver is a great actor, man.
Sure, he is.
He doesn't have a signature movie. That's the thing.
That's fine.
Interesting.
We'll see. But yeah, that's it.
All right, I'm up, and now that we got the preliminaries out the way, we got the opening act. Now we got the main event. And that is,
and his name
James
is
Gunn announced a slate of movies for the first chapter in a new DC universe titled Gods and Monsters. And so I'm going to read the films and TV shows with a quick kind of descriptor, and we'll react to this list of new projects. So first, the films. We have Superman Legacy. So this will be a 25-year-old Superman kind of reflecting on his place in the world as not only Superman, but Clark Kent. We have The Authority, which is a team of heroes from another publisher called Wildstorm that DC bought. And they're like anti-heroes with weird powers. They're going to meet the Justice League in the future. We have The Brave and the Bold. That will be Batman and his biological son, Damian, as Robin. So an older Batman with his biological son. We have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So that's going to be Supergirl's big debut on the big screen for this universe. And then Swamp Thing. He's a thing that's in a swamp. Okay. So moving on to the television series real quick.
Great.
Oh no, Swamp Thing's is an interesting character. So TV wise, we got Creature Commandos. This is a series that's somewhat of a prequel for Suicide Squad. It's exploring Rick Flag's father in World War II with a bunch of persons with strange powers. Rick Flag was in the Suicide Squad movies, so we're gonna figure out what his father was doing in World War II, or his grandfather. Waller is going to be about Amanda Waller from the Suicide Squad movies. Then Lanterns will focus on 2 Green Lanterns, so white people and black people can come together, because Hal Jordan, the original Green Lantern, will team up with the black nerd hero John Stewart, the Black Green Lantern, on a detective type adventure. And then we got Paradise Lost, which is a Wonder Woman prequel. And then Booster Gold will be a show introducing that new character. What are your thoughts about these projects?
So, I was talking to Fergie about this. Maybe this is just like my the version of Batman that I like. I don't know how to feel about these movies and TV shows. I just don't. I know that the Superman Legacy is based on Superman All-Star or All-Star Superman. And I don't know too much about that story, except, just went dark.
Yeah, that was a little Superman has spoken.
What'd you say?
Superman has spoken.
Superman has spoken. He can turn off lights. All right. But hold on, let me turn this light off. This is gonna bug me. There we go. Yeah, so All-Star Superman, I don't know too much about it, but from what I do know, I'm not a fan of that story. It's just, I don't know. I don't like the artwork. I don't like.
Whoa, wow, because a lot of people love the artwork for it.
I don't like the artwork. He looks weird.
It does look weird. It's a weird, I like that comic, but I don't know. Part of it, it's like I don't Superman. Like I don't feel any tension. Like that story, it's not like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen to Superman?
Right. This is gonna be like the classic of the classic of the classic, and I'm just like, I'm not interested. And you got a 25-year-old Superman. He's gonna be dealing with some things that I'm just gonna find annoying. I already know it. So I don't really care about this thing. I gotta wait till some of these movies come out and see what's up. I want to know who he has in mind in casting this Batman. Who's gonna play Batman? Who's gonna play the Superman? I also find it interesting.
What about Robin? Because James Gunn said he was gonna be around 12 years old. So
yeah. I don't know. I'll end my thought with that because I have something later on. But I don't know. I'm not totally bought in with it. This is the first time DC has made an announcement like this, and I'm just like, nah.
Ladies,
I think the only thing I can say about this entire situation is that I need at least 3 movies. I need to watch them in order to judge fairly, because I'm one of the few people who is like, burn everything to the ground, DC related. Give me something brand new, fresh. I want to see something different, but there's just so much up in the air. I don't even know what to make of it. So I think it could be really good. It could be bad.
You got a whole new James Gunn is going to do some whole new.
I know. I'm excited.
Just like Marvel got their wish when they got Daredevil over to the MCU, and now he's going to be a straight up simp.
Be careful what you wish for. Is that the theme of this podcast?
Yes.
We will see. We shall see.
Elise?
I just feel like this man really loves Suicide Squad. That's what that was told me. And I'm just like, why are you trying to really like just find every way to stretch that thing? So that's thought one. And then the second second thought, yeah, the Superman thing, whatever, fine. I guess he gonna be fighting student loans at that age. Whatever, I don't really know. And then
he could have got a scholarship.
what? I mean, I don't know if they got that for Kryptonian. Maybe they should. They have some for being the last Kryptonian if they got a special thing. Like, I don't know, but whatever. That doesn't intrigue me either. And then the whole Batman thing. Will you just give me Terry McGinnis? I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
Or like,
it's gonna be Damian Wayne. He gonna be the new
and
Batman.
It's just like, again, like, and I'm not saying that I'm opposed to that story per se, but it's just like, okay, well, at least give me a foundation for Batman right now, because you gave me Ben Affleck as Batman, and then now you gave me Robert Pattinson. Can you establish whichever Batman thing you're trying to do first, and then talk about him and his son? Like, we didn't even get like, actually, I don't know with these new Batmans, including the Nolan ones, if we actually even really got like the Dick Grayson Robin for, like, we didn't even get like OG
George
Robin yet.
Clooney.
Like, what? I don't.
The George Clooney.
We're not
Batman.
counting.
Oh well,
not counting that.
Yeah, but not that. Like,
she specifically
I
said
mean, Nolan's
Like
Nolan.
a real Batman.
The good
Like,
ones.
Okay, so
not George
in terms of-
Clooney, not George Clooney who
Bat-
spent his money and cosplaying as Batman.
No,
Freeze.
not even
I'm
that.
Batman.
Yeah, well, I'm
so
not
real
even
Batman.
talking about, like, I mean, but
no.
Robin though. No, so yeah, give me whichever actor you want to commit to tell your Batman story. Give me that, and then actually, and before you do Damian, why are you not doing Dick Grayson? Because we didn't really get that with the Nolan movies
They're going
either.
to introduce all the other sidekicks in a later project. James Gunn confirmed that. So they exist. Dick Grayson, Jason.
So you're
Todd,
gonna do
all these people exist.
Okay, cool. But you're gonna do Damian Wayne before those? I thought that they come first. Do they not come first? That it's just I don't know.
They did, but I guess the idea is that they and Batman had a falling out, and so they're doing their own thing, and so Batman's just with Damian.
Okay, cool. But where is Dick Grayson first? Just show me where he is. Give me a little, something, and then you can do it. But anyways, I mean, yeah. So I don't feel the best about all that. That in a nutshell. There's more to say, but we got time. We don't have too much time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why does this thing keep on turning off? I don't understand what's going on.
Superman.
It's Superman. Superman does not do that. Anyways, you know what? I'm gonna try one more thing. And I'm gonna read this news to you guys as I'm doing this. Oh, hey, there we go.
Wait, but if it's Superman, why didn't he attack me for talking about how he didn't get his
Superman is optimistic. He's optimistic that you'll change his mind.
All right, wait. So on the topic of DC and James Gunn and everything, with the new slate coming out, and then all this reshuffling and what's happening, there was even talk about like, oh well, I want a younger Superman and a younger Batman, even though this new Batman is not going to be younger. So it's like, what's going on? So I have a quote, quick news. This is James Gunn and how he responds to the idea that Gal Gadot and Henry Cavill and how he let them go and why is he keeping Ezra Miller and just the other fan outcry, right? And so I'm just going to read this and we're going to talk about it. So this is from DCU.feed. That's an Instagram account. Shoutouts. They go follow them for all your updates. When asked why James Gunn let Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot go, but kept Ezra Miller around, he replied, "We didn't let Gal go. Ezra's movie is already made. Henry doesn't fit what I have for Superman." End quote.
Is that the news?
Thoughts?
All right, let me go because I didn't go to last one. All right, here we go. You gotta make an announcement that Ezra Miller gone. Like, you gotta get that out. Yep. You gotta do that quick because I warned you guys. Like, when I said, okay, you're gonna let Henry Cavill go, but now you don't have protection because Snyder fans and even hardcore DC fans that aren't Snyder fans, they don't play around. This ain't Marvel. This ain't like, oh, we're upset that Daredevil's a simp, so we're just gonna pick up our ball and go home. Now, DC fans clap back, bro. So you have to say things that will directly address their frustration in a way that feels like purposeful, because what you said doesn't have any purpose. Because I'm like, you gotta really be strong and be like, yo, we're gonna move in it. Once this Flash movie's out, we're moving on from Ezra Miller, and this is what I hope to accomplish with these projects. Like, because he hasn't really explained that either. So a lot of DC fans are confused because they're like, yo, where the Justice League at? Like, why are we doing all these weird side projects? Where's Darkseid in the Justice League? So I don't know, man. James Gunn needs to be more careful with how he speaks to people that are hardcore DC fans, because Elise is struggling right out here in the street. And she ain't even like a hardcore Snyder fan like that. So that's not a good sign, because hardcore Snyder fans are like worse. They serious.
I just want good stuff. That's all I like. Yeah, like Rinaldi said, I'm not a hardcore Snyder fan. I'm just like, give me a good movie, and I'm a fan of that. And I don't know.
But you a Justice League fan?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Where the Justice League at?
Yeah, it just. I don't know, dog. Like I don't even know what to say right now. Like. Yeah, man. Like if Henry is, that's the thing. I've been online and everybody who, like you said, that likes DC content or movies or whatever, everybody's like, Henry is Superman. I've like seen multitudes of people just say Henry is Superman. What do you mean? What do you mean that's not he's not the Superman you're looking for, the Superman for you? I'm like, who is then? Who do you got?
This is why I said. This is why I said you should stay in communication with Henry Cavill. Okay, you're moving in a different direction. Stay in communication. He might be able to. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna get ideas from him because he used to work for DC, and have him calm the people down because the people are upset.
Yeah, because again, I'm not opposed to the young. Sorry, Fergie, I didn't mean to cut you off. If you want to do the young Superman, fine. Like, yeah, if you want to do prequels and all that, fine. Do the young people, but then it's just like bring back Henry when you give us the current stories for Justice League or whatever. So you can choose someone for a 25-year-old, whatever, but then bring him back on a later project. That's what I think. Same thing with like Batman. You know, you can have Robert Pattinson be young Bruce Wayne, and then bring Ben Affleck to be grown, advanced Bruce Wayne, more, so anyways, but yeah, go ahead, Ferg.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like James Gunn needs to keep his mouth shut for a little bit because he's just kind of feeding the monster, and now he has to provide us a Superman that's gonna blow us all away, and so that's gonna be a lot of pressure for whatever new actor he has picked out for this, because people are just gonna be upset.
I just feel like to Rinaldi's point, a lot of what James Gunn has been saying has just been dismissive. Like, he's answering questions, but these answers are just dismissive. And to pretend like you care about the fans, but then you put out projects that fans are never asking for.
Right.
Like I like the chapter name, Gods and Monsters. I know that this is not the full chapter, what we saw. Like, this is just a piece of it. But I just don't feel like that he's doing it for the fans. A lot of this is his own personal passion project.
Yeah.
Which, fine, do passion projects, but don't expect people to just like your stuff, and don't pretend like you're doing it for people, that you're doing it for fans.
These projects aren't bad. It's just like there's potential, but it's like if you're gonna do this kind of left turn, you got to give us what the right turn is gonna be. You gotta give us like, okay, I'm going left, but eventually I'm going to go right, instead of just saying I'm going left and be patient. Like, you got to give us a little hint that, okay, this is going to go right to where we get the iconic Justice League, the things that people want.
What I have is also DC news. I got my news from comicbook.com, and the title is Dave Bautista wants to be James Gunn's Lex Luthor. Have you guys seen that?
Wow.
Oh, I did catch a glimpse of that.
What?
And yeah, go ahead, Ferg. You have more to it, or is that it?
I didn't see that. What?
Yeah. Yep. I have some blurbs from the article.
Yep.
Basically, during the Slate reveal, Gunn hinted that he wants to work with the other Guardians of the Galaxy cast and see where they can fit in this new DC world. Yeah, one of the someone who works for comicbook.com kind of tweeted out this picture of Lex Luthor, and he says all this DC chatter, and I need y'all to hear me out. And so we see the side-by-side image of him and the animated series, Superman animated series, and people are going crazy. Dave Bautista, I don't know if you can see that, he commented that he never thought about playing Lex, but he's thinking about it. And so I don't know what you guys think about this. I know we've talked or tried to cast Lex Luthor, but what do you guys think?
I don't see it.
This is forced.
I don't see it. No.
This is what I said about Iron Man 3, because Robert Downey Jr., he was like, oh, let me get my buddy, my friend Shane Black to direct this movie, and we all know how that ended. So now James Gunn's going to repeat the same mistake and get his buddy, his friend Dave Bautista to be one of the most iconic. Like, this ain't Mandarin. This is Lex Luthor. You're going to get your buddy to do that? That's risky, man. I mean, I'm not saying Dave Bautista's a bad actor, but that's way too risky to mess around with Lex Luthor, bro. For your friend, like, nah.
Bro, Michael Rosenbaum has said that he is waiting on the right script. Even that tweet, I'm like, bro, you are forcing a conversation that does not need to happen. Like, not every bald person can play
right.
Like, cut it out.
No, it's because it was because he was not only bald, he was happened to be tan in that picture. That's why they were doing that. And I'm just like, if you're gonna put us side by side with the animated series, Lex, then you need to get a black man.
Yeah,
if that's what you're gonna do, because that man was black.
Yep.
Yeah, someone light-skinned.
I actually don't agree. I actually think
he was basically black, yo.
He white with a tan.
Oh, okay, he mixed. Fine, but that was just not a like
little half and half.
Yeah,
he definitely was not European. He was not.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because the lips, I did pay attention to the lips.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to go to mixed. I'm willing to go that far.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if Fergie pulls it up for you, I mean, look at it, Rinaldi. I'm telling you,
James Gunn. I remember our last conversation about James Gunn,
bro,
which still hasn't been published. Our last conversation, James Gunn said he was carefully putting together a plan, like he was thinking carefully. This don't feel like he's thinking carefully. Yeah, this feels like, hey, Dave Bautista is one of my buddies. He's one of my friends. Like, let me give him a call. Like, you can't do that after you let Henry Cavill go. You can't do that. No.
That's what I'm saying. He's goofy right now. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy is basically Marvel's equivalent of the Suicide Squad.
Yep.
In a sense. Like, you just cast them in that so they can just die real quick. Like,
but the Suicide Squad was more important in the comic books than Guardians.
True, because but I'm just saying, if he really wants his boys from over there, then that's what they're gonna have to do. They don't fit. They don't fit.
Oh,
with
I see what you're saying.
They're gonna be casted as?
Squad.
Yeah, because I just don't see. Like, again, love Dave Bautista, but no, not for Lex.
All right,
Lex.
Look.
No.
We've seen Dave Bautista play Drax. We've seen Dave Bautista. I don't know if you guys seen that. What's that zombie movie that he was just in with Zack Snyder?
Something of the Dead.
Army of the Dead.
Yeah,
Army of the Dead.
I'm sorry, like. He's a good actor, but he's not. How do you see his work and go, boom, Lex Luthor?
Yep.
How do you do that?
Can't.
No.
How do you do that? If you're just casting him one because he's your buddy and your buddy happens to be bald, like, how is he the only bald buddy you have? Like,
I mean, you're right here.
I'm right here. You got two bald guys right here. Like, we would be more than happy to play a Lex Luthor. Like,
we just need to have a baby.
I don't want to play Lex Luthor, Rob. I really. This is one of the most iconic supervillains in fiction.
I'd proudly.
I can't do it.
I would play Lex Luthor, and Fergie would play Superman.
No.
What? Wait.
Why is James Gunn allowing this to be news, or why didn't he release a statement saying, "Listen, guys, I'm working on this with Peter Safran. Like, this is all just people speculating. Don't pay attention. I'm working on it." No statement about that. None.
No,
You just gonna let this float around?
Because David Bautista is his bald buddy. That's why.
And this is the problem I have with James Gunn fans. James Gunn fans are loving this. They're like, "Yo, I'm optimistic about DC now." No, it's because you're a fan of James Gunn. It's not because of this news.
I think we just need to hope that he gets more friends, because I don't want to see everyone from the cast of Guardians coming over to DC. Then it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Unless they're in small, like really small roles, like on the Suicide Squad, and then they die.
Reoccurring characters or something.
Nah,
I was just gonna say, I just don't want to see toilet humor in my Superman movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yo,
you're right. Yeah,
humor.
that's a good point. Ugh.
No, man, no.
Oh man.
And then people can say, "Well, at least these movies are more joyful than the Snyder ones." Nah, more juvenile, not joyful.
Yeah, for a 13-year-old in puberty, thinking that like genital humor is the funniest thing in the world, like, come on.
Yeah, Superman better not be in like the Daily Planet using the bathroom and he accidentally like uses his powers or something. The toilet water just flies everywhere.
Oh my gosh!
And they were supposed to laugh. Like, I hope that don't happen.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It kind of looked like James Gunn's like, yo, all right, I'm trying to get this money and I'm just trying to put my people on. Like, you don't even care about the project. He's just like, yo, you know,
But they're not on already.
Money.
Right.
But they're not on already. They're a whole Guardians of the Galaxy and they're not put on yet.
They were in
he's
Infinity
putting them
War.
on times 2.
Right.
Please, these Jokers were in Infinity War. That's like one of the most highest grossing movies.
They need to make it out of the hood.
He's putting them on. He's he's trying to.
Gamora was in Avatar. She put on 3 times.
I understand that, but that's his crew. He's just like, yo, you want some more? That's what that's what that looks like.
Guys, this was awesome. This was fun. Come back again for more DC and Marvel comic book movie news. Leave comments down below and let us know what you think of some of this news. What do you think about Peter Safran and James Gunn and some of the decisions that they're making? What do you think about Fantastic Four and Reed Richards being played by Adam Driver, aka Kylo Ren, aka he could just play Doctor Doom? Leave comments down below, like this video, all that nice stuff, and tune in next time. We are the Marvelous Friends.
Whatever, fine. I guess he gonna be fighting student loans at that age.